Freedom, freedom, freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives, and I'm your host, Bruce Anthony. Thank you for listening and watching wherever you get your podcasts and video podcasts. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and rate us. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at unsolicited_perspectives. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at unsolicited_PER. Watch us live now. Watch us live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube. Our audience continues to grow with each and every episode. And I humbly thank you.
On today's episode, we're going to be giving you a preview of the unaired episode of the very first podcast that me and my sister did. I cleaned up the audio so you'll be able to listen to it and watch it if you're watching this on our YouTube channel. The preview was 30 minutes of the hour and 20-minute episode. You can watch the full unedited episode, uncensored episode on our Patreon page at patreon.com/unsolicited perspectives. You can hear both the audio and the video fully uncensored, hour and 20 minutes on our Patreon page, as well as when you join our Patreon page, you'll get the after hours uncensored episode between me and my sister, as well as the Talking Straight-ish episode with me. So enjoy this preview and join our Patreon page to get the full episode.
Leave meeting.
All right. Yeah, no, we begin the meeting. Yeah, we started. Hello, welcome to the very first podcast, even though this won't be the first podcast that's going to be posted. Welcome to Unsolicited Perspectives. My sister hates that name, but I like it. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, along with my sister, Aundrea. She doesn't want to put out her social media because she don't want y'all to know who she is, but welcome.
I mean, I can give it.
I mean, you got to
there's nothing. There's nothing to my social media right now.
You just put out your photography company page then.
I'm really not taking clients at the moment.
Look, there's always some money out there, and if they're willing to give it to us, I'm willing to take it.
You can find me on Instagram. I mean, don't, but you can. I am _J Aundrea. Aundrea spelled Aundrea. You can also find me on TikTok. I think I am J Aundrea on TikTok. I have no idea.
It would be very helpful if you actually knew what your social media addresses were.
It would. No, you know what? On TikTok, I am at J_Aundrea, Aundrea. You can follow me on TikTok. But again, I don't do much. I'm mostly a lurker.
What you be lurking on?
I lurk on everything. I lurk on people's pets, all types of stuff. I lurk.
Well, you know me, and I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I'm a creeper on social media.
Yeah.
I don't really do too much as far as posting nowadays, but I do be on other people's pages, and it will be influencers that are half naked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that feels on brand.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I guess I'm middle aged. Am I at the middle age point? You know,
how long are you expecting to live?
Hey, look. If we double my age right now, that's good enough for me. I don't want to live too much longer than that.
Right. I mean, I feel like I'm in the middle. I don't know how much more over. I don't know how much more over that I want. I don't want to be 100.
No. Well, if I'm 100 and I'm getting around,
I mean,
I just don't want to get to the point where I'm wearing diapers. That's all I care about. No diaper.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
If I can still, take care of myself, go to the bathroom alone. Right.
I don't want nobody to bathe. Well,
yeah.
Let's move on.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. So you hit me up earlier talking about some Xbox 360. What the hell was that about?
Oh, we were doing, instead of paying people more, companies will often have them engage in like little games or give them pizza parties. So today we had, for a customer service week, we were doing a scavenger hunt. I do not know what the prize was, but my boss was incredibly motivated to get it done. We got all the things on the list. They were very white things that I feel
Lord,
like,
here we go.
I mean, I don't know too many Black people with a pogo stick.
No, you know what? No.
That's
The
an
only time
incredibly,
I've seen somebody have a pogo stick was literally at my ex-girlfriend's parents' house. I was
and
in
they
her
were,
garage. Huh?
and they were,
Uh, uh, Irish, Irish ancestry.
yeah.
And, and I saw some pogo sticks in the garage, and I tried to hop on one, almost broke my ankle. We not
It's not for
meant
us.
to be on no pogo sticks.
It's not for us. So I felt that this scavenger hunt was culturally biased.
As most tests and games are.
Yeah. So, but we got it done. But one of the items, long story short, one of the items was an Xbox 360, which I'm like, I don't even know if that's new. I
I ain't
don't.
had an Xbox 360 since 2014.
I think the last thing I played was a Dreamcast. Is that still?
No, no, they're
No.
not making games.
Well, there you
no
go.
more. You talking about Soul Calibur?
Yes, I am.
Y'all was good in it until my boy came over and started beating everybody.
That's the false sense of security that you get playing with other people who are also bad.
Yes.
You
I'm
know?
good. I'm good. Yeah,
I'm
you good
good.
and terrible.
Good and terrible.
You're
Like,
good and terrible.
comparison to what? And then you get somebody who honestly mediocre at it, crushed you. Crushed you.
Oh,
Crushed your spirit. I don't think I ever played again.
Well, I don't know if he was mediocre at it because he beat everybody.
I want to say that was the first time he played it.
No, it wasn't, because we used to play it at our other boy's house, and he used to beat him so bad. This is my other boy had it. I'm not gonna put no names out there, but they'll know who we're talking about when they listen to the podcast. He used to get so mad that he used to throw his controller. So every time we would go over there and play the games, we'd be like, "That's your controller." It used to rattle and everything. He had busted up screws in there. So now my one boy was, huh?
You don't get the good one.
No, not when you're the one throwing the controller. Don't give me the controller that you be slamming on the ground. But back to the bigger point. These companies, instead of giving you raises, they're treating us like elementary school children and giving pizza parties and scavenger hunts. What's next? Y'all gonna have a field day?
I just saw a TikTok where a bunch of people who had applied to a job, I'm not going to say the job board, but
don't do that because I'm not trying to get sued.
It rhymes with in Sneed. Posted a job, a work from home job. Everybody's on the orientation with the recruiter on a Zoom orientation, and they find out that they have to pay the employer $50 bi-weekly. It will be taken out of their check to work there.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, that's all right. So I'm going back, and there was a certain retail big box store that I worked for that at the time, as a young adult in my college years, I thought this was going to be my dream job because I was really into electronics,
right,
movies and video games. So I got a job at this big box retail store, and they took out my work shirts out of my first paycheck.
That I feel like, fine. This is a bi-weekly payment of $50 to work there. Yeah.
I don't know how is that even legal?
I don't know. And a lady on the Zoom said, who was dying laughing, said, "What in the cotton picking plantation?" And I'll send it to you because I forgot you don't want cussing on here. I almost cussed, but
one day maybe we get some sponsors, and we watch our language.
I mean, I feel like sponsors do not care. A lot of my favorite podcasts, they have plenty of sponsors, cuss to throughout the whole thing. So
Well, I know on certain ones, like, I love one particular podcast. I won't put the name out there, but they
you
were
can say what
they,
podcast you love. You're not
look,
disparaging the podcast.
I'm
It's
just
Dan
trying to give a shout
Lebatard.
out. Yeah, it's Dan Lebatard. It's Dan Lebatard
You
show
love
with two
it. It's
guys.
a hilarious show.
Do you still listen to it?
From time to time, I do. Yes.
They don't need look. They are a comedy show,
Yes.
but they say shit, but every other bad word they bleep out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's because of their affiliation with the company that paid them a lot of money, or if that's just for podcast rules. I don't know. But yes,
It might
I
be
have
their
listened to a
own
lot of
personal-
podcasts, and they be cussing up a storm. But
Yeah, it might
also,
be their own personal ethics. Who knows?
who knows? But
I listen to
also,
plenty of podcasts that quite vulgar, and I enjoy it.
well, okay, so this is the difference between me and you, right? Like,
Mhm.
I know one day, hopefully, consistently, mom and dad will listen to this, and I don't be
I'm
cussing
gonna be
around
honest
them.
with you. That's not gonna happen.
You don't think?
I'm gonna
think
let you
mom and
know
dad
that right now.
Mom and dad not even gonna listen to the
No.
Happy Hour Fridays with you?
No.
Well, Dad already said my first interview he's really excited to hear about because I told him what the context and the content was gonna be about.
Yeah, he's not gonna listen. I said they're not going to listen. We can truly say whatever we want. And you know what? Especially if you become popular, they'll brag all day long. Will not have listened to a single episode. Not
Yeah,
all
they
the way
don't
through. Mom will have it on while she's cleaning.
Yeah,
And she'll
okay.
miss 85% of it.
Well, Mom missed a lot of stuff anyway. What
Right.
happened? What happened?
Yeah. If you are banking on our parents in any way supporting you with this beyond lip service, good luck.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yo, so we were talking last night, and you were talking about Abbott Elementary and how I need to hop on it. Me and you have the same sensibility when it comes to comedy and laughter, because we both like to laugh and joke around. And then you said something in passing, because I told you how I had been binge watching Young Sheldon. You were like, also great. I didn't know that you were a Young Sheldon fan, and it's crazy because we talk all the time, for long periods of time, but I didn't know that you were a Young Sheldon fan.
I feel like you did know that. I've been a fan of Big Bang Theory since it started.
Okay.
And then I started watching Young Sheldon when it first came out.
So
It wasn't like a situation where I binged it later. I've been watching it.
Well, I watched Young Sheldon the first season because, like you, I was also a fan of the Big Bang Theory, or a fan of the Big Bang Theory. But I get into these modes where when they go on hiatus and then they come back, I'm not paying attention to when they're dropping the new season. So I missed the last 3-4 seasons of Big Bang Theory.
I mean, that's just a product of our streaming culture now. There's no TV guide. You don't get a TV guide in the mail.
No, you don't.
And you be real excited, like, look what's coming on Thursday at 8.
Like that fall TV guide. Right. That fall TV guide for all the kids out there listening. TV guide.
Any 80s babies out there, you know what we're talking about.
Do 90s babies?
80s babies is when you were a baby in the 80s.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
But TV Guide was a weekly, monthly, weekly.
Oh shit! I don't know. Shoot! I don't know.
We are saying shit and shit. Anyway, it was a weekly magazine that told you what TV shows were coming on at what time on what channel. Now, I'm sure it went by the wayside when the TV Guide was basically in your cable box, and you didn't need to do that anymore. But this is what we had, and they used to give you updates on when the new season was starting, what new shows were coming out, all that stuff. And even sometimes I believe they would give you a recap on certain shows of the previous season. Because you go on those hiatuses for the summer, you forget about everything that pretty much happened the season before.
Yeah. And that's when you get previously on Step by Step.
Well, previously, anytime you say previously, I'm always thinking of previously on Power, previously on Ghost.
I don't watch black television.
You don't watch 50 Cent's drug dealing Marvel Universe?
Let me tell you, I watched maybe 15 minutes of that first episode.
The first
And,
episode of what?
Power.
Of the original show Power, because you know
Yeah.
it's like 4 spinoffs now.
I do not care. I watched the first episode of the first season of the main thing.
The very first episode.
It was bad.
Um,
I'll say that. And now, because you made me put my social media out there, I'm probably gonna get for sure. I just said I don't watch black television.
Yeah,
that's a joke, by the way, but
people
it's too late. It's out there.
You can't take a joke nowadays.
You can't. I can't take it back. It's too late. It's a joke, but yeah.
Back to Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory. They are just shows that I like to watch because they just genuinely make me happy.
Yes.
They tell their good story, and they just genuinely make me happy. Now there are absolutely sad moments in certain episodes, but hell, Fresh Prince had the saddest moment in all of comedic television.
Yeah.
How come you don't want me?
I still get choked up.
Right.
To this day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a. Did you watch the new Fresh Prince that came out?
I didn't. And I always meant to. And I didn't.
People told me I wasn't missing anything because I didn't watch it either.
I don't know, because you know what? Everybody I know loved it.
Let's just say your circle and my circle. My circle's a little bit more diverse than your circle and the people that you talk to.
Yeah, I mean, are you
show,
referencing the fact that I don't have white friends?
I'm referencing the fact, do you have anything other than black friends? I think you got one Latino friend.
I have Latino friends, yes.
Do you
and
have
I
any
also have Asian friends.
You have some Asian friends?
Yes.
Specifically, like East Asian?
East Asian and South Asian.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. All right. Just no white friends.
No, I just said no, I don't know where they are. This is not because I'm racist or anything. I honestly don't know where they are.
I mean, white people literally everywhere.
Where are they? Listen, I live in Bankhead in Atlanta. There's no white people here. I don't know where they are. I don't know where they hang out. The library?
You can find at the library.
The black people, you can go to Black Awareness Rally.
You can go to the grocery store, Target. They're in Target. Good thing. Target.
I don't know if I want to hang out with Target whites.
No, you don't want to hang out with Walmart whites. Now, you're talking about getting attacked. We're about to get attacked.
Yeah.
And by the way, I shop at Walmart because it's cheaper than Target. And also,
now you're canceled. You're canceled. All
Walmart
the rules have just turned this off.
Well, no. I shop at both of them, but if I have my choice, I will go to Walmart because it's a little bit cheaper. And by the way, I am buying the Walmart and Target brand knockoff of the stuff that I want.
There's nothing wrong with a generic.
Nothing
I will buy generic CVS, generic Publix. I don't care. There is nothing wrong. If I can take generic medication, I can buy CVS brand sugar.
Ain't nothing wrong with CVS brand sugar. I'll go you one better. Aldi, y'all have an Aldi down in the ATL?
Yes.
Okay. Aldi got their copycat version of the Girl Scout cookie.
Now you just told me something.
I'm buying all the time.
Now you just told me something.
And let me tell you something. Girl Scout cookies, I don't know what they are. Which ones?
The peanut butter ones. The peanut butter cookies.
They got them. Yeah. And they got the Samoas too. They got because Samoas was mine. Look.
Yeah.
$52 at the moment.
Are you
Girl Scout cookies going for crack prices. No,
they're really
for whole bricks of cocaine prices.
They're really gotten a lot more. I mean, granted, I was a Girl Scout in 1990. Okay.
BBD.
So you all can do that math. I was a Girl Scout. But I mean, inflation has hit Girl Scout cookies. I spend a guap every year on Girl Scout cookies.
But you know, what's the ex-wife of Bezos just donated a crazy amount of money to the Girl Scouts of America.
That's awesome.
Like, well, yeah, but I saw it on Twitter, right? You know how Twitter is. Twitter is successful, and everybody is always in somebody else's pocket. She donated all that money to Girl Scouts. What about this and that? Yo, she's donated a lot of money to a lot of different causes.
Yeah, this is just the one thing people are, people are capable of doing more than one thing at a time.
That's right.
We can walk and chew gum at the same time. Some people. But definitely that rich heifer. She definitely.
Why she got to be a heifer though?
I mean, it's a term of endearment for the rich.
Black community.
For the rich, no.
In the Black community, that's a term of endearment. That's what you call it.
Not in the Black community. I would say in the poor community, of which I'm a member.
Look,
when we talk about
the economy is set up, it's 1% and the other 99% keeping their head above water, just like James in Florida from Good Time.
Nah, I'm throwing the bowl on the ground and it's damn. Because I'm not above the water. I'm looking up at the surface of the water. And I'm like, how the hell I get up there?
Said you need a floaty?
I am about to die.
Well, since you brought up the topic of race.
As I do.
Kanye. I know you didn't want to talk about this. I don't understand. It's not important. I think it's extremely important.
That's not what I meant. He's not important. I think the conversations around anti-Semitism in the Black community, anti-Black racism within the Black community. These are important topics that we need to talk about. Because there's a lot of times people think about Black people as a monolith. We're not, and that's why we do not have a unified Black agenda.
Well,
we're not a monolith. Well, and people like to use Black lives. Yeah, I mean, nobody is, but a lot of times people like, oh, Black Lives Matter. This everybody, all the Black, and I'm just like, we're not a monolith. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
Mm-hmm. Black folks got a lot of opinion.
And we do. And even if it's stupid. And you are entitled to your own opinion. I think people really need to read the Constitution. There's a lot of people that haven't, because they are not clear on what free speech is.
I have no idea. That bugs the hell out of me. They do not.
They think that it means I can say whatever I want, and that's absolutely not what it means. That's absolutely not what it means. And you can.
Yes. No, and yes.
This is the government
can't shut down your speech. But
right.
You can
but I can. I'm not the government.
Right. No, hold on. That's saying that you don't. It's not saying that you can't say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. There's consequences to what you say. Yeah. Okay.
You're going to get a full ride to D's Hands University.
Well, Kanye is getting an extreme ride to D's Hands. That man been downgraded.
Off the Ford's list. He's no longer
not a billionaire. No, he had to close the school.
Mm-hmm. The fact that it was open.
Right. As a person who went to school to be a teacher, went into that classroom and realized at the age of 22, oh, this ain't for me, but still wanted to be a part of the education system, I'm offended that he had his school in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong. One of my favorite basketball players, Jalen Rose, has a Jalen Rose Academy, I believe it is, in Detroit, Michigan, doing great things. LeBron has done fantastic things with his school. There's nothing wrong with the charter school, because the way some of these government officials are changing the education system as far as what you are allowed to learn
right
in the school, maybe a charter school is the best way to go to get a well-rounded education. But
I'm homeschooling my kids.
well, not in math. We know you're not gonna do it in math.
Listen, they're gonna be at home in school. I never said I'm teaching them.
You just said you're broke. Who's gonna be teaching?
Gotta figure it out.
That hooked on phonics, that Kuman that we was
Works
in.
for me. Works for me.
No, I mean this kind of situation. I think that so. Once again, I have a diverse friend group,
Mm-hmm.
or diverse people friend group. That's a large stretch. I have a diverse group of people that I associate with, who I'm friendly with. I got
Right.
a small circle that I actually call friend. But I am friendly with, and
Took a
the
long time
questions I
to
get.
say that you have diverse. Just say you have diverse friends. It's fine.
But there's levels to friendship.
We don't have to get into that. Just
Well,
for the sake of argument,
yeah, for the sake
you
of argument,
have a diverse group of people that you know.
I have a diverse people that I know that I converse with about different things because I'm naturally curious
Right.
about people and what they believe, because I feel like you can learn something from everybody. And they're like, why do I see some black people defending Kanye? And like I try to break it down for them, but I don't think that I do a good job of it sometimes.
What do you tell them?
Basically, I tell them, look, a lot of black people do not believe in what Kanye is saying. They disagree with it. However, Kanye, as a black man, are saying stuff that other white men have said and haven't been canceled. And us as a black community, whether right or wrong, and each situation is supposed to be treated differently, but we just pretty much put a blanket over it. If you attack us, any one of us, we're going to rise up and defend. This is something that we do. We defend it. There are people that still defend Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. And I'm a victim of it because I love Michael Jackson and I won't watch that documentary. I just don't believe that he did it, but also do I not want to believe that he did it? Probably a little something in that too, because I feel like he was being attacked. So naturally, we see a black man being attacked for something that white people have absolutely done and being completely canceled for it. You're going to get some black people who are going to defend him, even though he is absolutely completely wrong and we do not agree with him. I can't stress that enough. I don't agree with anything that he has said and done, going all the way back to George Bush doesn't like black people. Now, whether that's true or not,
George Bush likes Michelle Obama. That's it.
No, he doesn't like. He loves Michelle.
He loves her.
Loves Michelle. But Kanye is kind of like when he jumped up on stage and did that thing to Taylor Swift. Like, yo, that's not cool. Like, what are you doing, bro? And yeah, we don't support that. But has he said anything different than what the former president of the United States has done? And there are Nazis, legitimately, in a certain political party. And those same people that are attacking Kanye and canceling him for the things that he is saying are the same people that will vote for politicians who have Nazis and white supremacists supporting them. So there's a contradiction there. And as black people, we look at, once again, this is another situation where the system is treating a black man differently than a white man. It should be universal. Kanye should be canceled. Everybody else that says what he said, no matter what race, religion, creed, ethnicity, gender, all that stuff should be canceled. But they canceled Kanye on everything. They took down his mural in Chicago. Well, they painted over his face. And I agree that should be happening, but also hold everybody to the same standard in which you're holding Kanye to, and punish them the exact same in which you're punishing them. That's my point of view. That's a long-winded version of saying black people are going to defend other black people when they feel like they're being mistreated by white people.
Yeah, I mean, Black people, like anyone else, are not exempt from being partisan. What I will say is, I typically hear that argument from people on any side, right?
Mm-hmm.
My person did this, yeah, but what about the other people who haven't listen, we can hold two truths at the same time. One, that he's a piece of shit, and two, consequences should be equitable. We can hold those to be true at the same time. And this is the same reason that we say Black Lives Matter. It is not to diminish other lives, but there is a particular urgency and imperative right now because Black lives are being lost. There's a particular urgency and imperative right now to talk about Kanye because he's being so vocal, anti-Semitic and anti-Black right now. Okay. So we can still believe that that consequences for everyone who propagates white supremacy and hate, right, and prejudice and racism and anti-Semitism and homophobia and sexism and all of the things, we can hold that that's true, that we want consequences for that to be equitable, while still saying, but there's an imperative right now to talk about this particular thing, or to focus on this particular thing. I hear you, your life matters 100%, but right now we're dying, you're not. So there's a particular imperative to talk about Black lives, right? And so, yeah, I mean, there's Islamophobia in the world, right? But there's a particular urgency to talk about anti-Semitism right now because of the rise of these white nationalists and neo-Nazi hate groups, right?
Let's be clear, it's not a rise. They've always been here. They're just
more vocal and visible, right?
I hope you enjoyed the preview of the unaired episode of me and my sister's very first podcast. Once again, you can listen to or watch the full episode by joining our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/unsolicited perspectives. Also, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, you can just click down on the description below and you'll get a direct link to our Patreon page. Until next time, I'm a holla.
Thank you for listening to Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and donate. Donations help us keep giving you this free content each and every week. Until next time, Howdy 5000. Peace.